Welcome to Be Your Own Hero, brought to you by Profit Vision. I'm Prophet. This is the Poppy Store edition. And as always, I got my brother L1 the Philosopher, a.k.a. L1NK215. He in the background holding the Mac down.
Lank.
Power to the people, brother.
Power to the culture.
Tell them stop with all the hating. I pop up on occasion. Like who want contact? My subcontract. I done made a profit off the cage. Turn keys to a profit. Now I profit off the stage. I defend my grind. This is no 1099. Please, my guys prefer profit over wages. What else?
Mama had me at 14, shit, I could've been an orphan. Could've ended up like Brenda's baby, or I could've been aborted. Mama was a soldier, mama didn't fold. Public housing we grew up in, and that same home my mama owned. Did my time, my mama rode while the homies disappeared. All praise to the Most High that a nigga persevered. Lord bro turned big bro while I'm sitting on skid row. Every month I need new flicks just to watch my kid grow. Close friends, they faded on me. We're supposed to been kinfolk. Busy chasing my old hoes, counting me out with no info. No court dates, no jail mail, no jail visitation. My circle tighter, we stronger now, so I guess that I should thank them. Try to put me under pressure, turn it to a diamond. Clarity is flawless. Now they see me shining. Down and out, but I bounce back when a lot of people doubt it. Those same people they watching now, guess it's perfect timing. Yeah. Made it out the mud, yeah. Big bread, no more eating off of crumbs, yeah. Do it for my dogs, do it for the slums, yeah. We was at the bottom, they ain't show us love. Made it out the mud, yeah. Big bread, no more eating off of crumbs, yeah. Do it for my dogs, do it for the slums, yeah. We was at the bottom, they ain't show us love.
We got a special guest with us today, man. A legend, man, in the city, Philadelphia's own BREWERYTOWN stand up.
Yes, sir.
What they say, he's still with the still, even after still. If I see still.
Still.
Are we still doing that?
Are we still on that? That's another thing. Like, I don't know how many times we're going to hear. I don't think we did it to y'all. We
I don't think so.
No, we ain't doing it to y'all. We thought about doing it. Shout out to Smokey Rodriguez. We in the Gas Chamber Battle League, we battled these guys.
It's a good joint too. Good run.
Good joint. We was just talking about it off camera. How, like, I don't know how you felt about it. I know me. I'm like, damn. All right, Magic and Still. All right, a little pressure on a little bit because y'all names alone. You know what I'm saying, in the city, and it almost felt like dang, we gotta go in there. We gotta kind of match their energy. And I want to know how you felt going into that battle though. Like, because I know you had a prior battle before that. You got your feet wet. Your first battle was
Bill Collector was my first joint, but that was like probably a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay,
yeah, like a year or two before that.
So you didn't have a battle in between
inactive, that? Yeah, no. I actually had the one with Jay Murder after y'all's, a week after y'all's.
Right.
So
okay.
So I was inactive probably about 2 years before that joint with us.
Right. So how did it feel teaming up with Magic? Like after so long,
I was real anxious, and I was excited because I wanted to see if what we was doing from back in the day would translate to now.
Right.
But I always felt like we had the style. Our styles was kind of more of what people doing now anyway. I felt like our style of rap, as far as the punchlines and the metaphors and scheme, we've been doing a lot of that since back in the day.
No, that's a fact.
So
y'all been doing a lot of y'all from that era paved the way for what we're doing now. Right. And I would never deny that. I don't think anybody would, for real. Well, let me ask you. Speaking on that though, who was some of who was some of your inspiration around that time? Like, who was you listening to? What music was you listening to?
For what time?
During that era. Back in the Smack DVDs, the Too Raw for the Streets and all that during that time.
I watched everybody. I liked Ness back then. I liked Halla, man.
That's a good one.
Cheek, Raw. Hattie was always nice. Who else? I liked a bunch of guys.
To add on to that, out of those guys, who would you want to see? Like, if you had the power to be like, yo, bring him back, who would you want to see?
Battle rap?
Yeah, it's a battle. One time for the one time.
Who I think could still do it, based off their pen. I would say Hollow Man.
PC for caution.
Yeah, either Hollow Man or Quilly. Quilly too. I think Quilly could do it.
Quilly, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I ain't gonna lie, I like that. Would you battle any one of them? Like, I'm sure you probably battle.
I battle anybody if that bag right. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I battle anybody if that bag right. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, all right. Fast forward, because I had originally brought up our battle and whatnot. You had the bill collector battle coming home, and then, you sat and waited for like another year or two to battle. Smokey, and then you battled Jay Murder. How was it feeling going in that battle?
The Jay Murder battle?
Yeah. Had you watched him before? Cause he's
I watched him. I watched him. I watched him. I watched you.
Yeah.
I watched y'all. When I seen y'all battle, and I seen y'all got a little rough, little heated. I said, all right. So he one of them guys. So I said,
yeah. And me going into that battle, I watched him, and I had to prepare for that as well.
Right.
Like I know the type of battle that he is. I got to try to stand my ground. That's also the first time I stepped in front of 500 people.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the energy of the crowd,
Right.
me trying to play defense with him and offense.
Right.
I got my entourage in the back, like, yo, Stilly.
That's the thing. You gotta be able to.
Yeah. So and then you got
think
Stills
about
in the
the
middle, like, don't
business
steal him.
part,
You're gonna ruin the event.
Right.
And I'm like, all right. And I think you can kind of see me battling my thoughts and my frustration. But shout out to Murder, man. He dope
shout out
MC.
Jay Murder.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. So I wanted to bring it back to when you were kind of doing your thing for a while, right? And then you got booked, right? And you kind of was forced to sit down from everything, right? Like your dreams, your life just kind of came to a halt. Was there any point in time where, like, and I'm sure there's days in themselves where you get depressed and you're like, damn, man, like, you ever think, like, in themselves, you ever think about, like, damn, I see me keep flourishing and I was kind of a part of that, like, can you go into that a little bit? Like,
yeah, it was kind of like I was happy to see somebody from my era make it but at the same time, I'm like, dang, I could have been a part of that too, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then it was also another part of me that I had to block it out because I had to focus on me trying to get back. So I was like, I don't got time to worry about nothing that I can control. I just want to try the hardest and try to educate myself to get myself back home to my family.
Right, you living in reality.
Right, yeah. So like I wasn't really thinking about no music and none of that.
Okay, and it just to kind of stay on the music topic in the jail, right? Was there any moments where you found yourself in a position to battle somebody or exchange bars, or was you in that bag of writing at all? Like, did you get into a creative?
It was all right when I was still actually fighting my case, like down in the county. I used to get in the site. I was still in the mood a little bit,
right.
Ciphers, things like that. Everybody wanted to battle me just because off of my name, dudes would be trying to battle and shit like that. But once I got convicted and I went upstate, I really just shut it down, like completely. I shut it down completely. Maybe once in a while, so if somebody might come, somebody that I was cool with from the streets, they like, let me see if you still got it or something like that. Then I just like, I still could do it. Like, and I might have I might write a little. I actually started like writing hooks and things like that because there's a lot of talented guys in the jail.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I used to write like hooks and things like that for guys that know how to rap, that probably do know how to make songs, or I show dudes how to make format songs and the structure, 16 bars, hook, things like that. I used to do shit
so you was
that.
kind of creating like an advocacy program for the youngins in there rapping, like,
right. Because a lot of dudes didn't know how to structure us or didn't know how to even count bars. They just rap. They'd be rapping and rap. I'm like, no, you got to structure a song or structure what you
That was me for a while. I ain't gonna lie. I went, all these years, it wasn't until just a few years ago where I learned how to count my bars. I'm like, oh shit, like that's how you do it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go into something else, because we were just talking about it. But you know what? Where was you at? Where did you first do you started your bid at? Like where'd you go?
Well, I fought my case in Halla County. I was a CFCF for about 33 months. I went upstate, you know, you go through Graterford, Camp Hill.
Yeah.
Then my final jail was Rockville, SCI Rockville, which is like in the Penn State, is in Bellefonte, PA, near Penn State.
And you were saying earlier it's like a 3-hour drive from
about
the city.
3.5 hours.
So you wasn't getting that many visits and nothing like
No, my folks was riding. Like I got a visit at least probably once a month. At least I got at least one or maybe two.
That's love.
Yeah, so my folks was definitely riding.
That's love. See, because you see a lot of guys in there, they don't get no love at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no
Seen that a
folks.
lot.
They completely dependent on the system. You know, 3 hots in a cot. You know what I mean? Some guys don't even get that on the street.
For sure.
You know. So how was the jail though? How was Rockview? Like, was it kind of? I mean, did you run into your people? Like, did you like? I mean your people, but like
I ran into a lot. I came across a lot of people I knew. Like you gonna all, it's so many. It's guys you might have been from your neighborhood that you ain't seen in years, and you like, oh, this where you been at. Like I seen a lot of people like that I ain't seen in years. Rappers, I seen a few rappers in the jail.
Some of the guys that you know, and I know even in my position when I was a C, I used to see guys where like I knew from the hood, but I ain't know they was on like some crackhead shit, like some wild shit, like
that's the thing.
You got married,
jail, you get to see, bro, you get to see all that shit, all that stuff come out of stuff you might never. Yeah, you thought somebody was cool, then you see how they live in the jail, but it changed your whole mindset on them.
Yeah.
But the thing with me, I didn't even like dealing with a lot of guys or click. I was never with the clicking up, or if I see somebody I'm cool with, like I see him when I see him, we might meet up in the yard or somewhere like that. But I never like, because when you get cool with somebody or you don't know what they get into in the jail.
Yeah.
So
and you guilty by association.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So and I ain't had time to be getting in no nonsense. I was just trying to get.
Yeah, you in and out of law library, trying to understand your case,
this,
that, and the third.
I got a daughter. I want to get back home to my family, so I ain't really had time to be clicking up with getting caught up in the jail activities. Like, I mean, here and there, just to, I changed my bid up. I might get into sports I like football, basketball. I did stuff like that.
Right, recreational
other than that,
stuff like that.
The gym, I was in the gym a lot. But other than that, I was.
That's what's up, though. That's good because you don't see that too often. Like, it be dudes that'll just stay on the block playing chess all day, playing spades all day, pinochle, all that, and you never see them leave the block. You never, like, you know what I'm saying? They
comfortable. Like, a lot of dudes are just comfortable. Like, they comfortable with doing their time, and that's it.
So what advice would you give to, like, if a young man is out there right now going through kind of like a similar situation, he facing all this time, what piece of advice would you give them, to be their own hero, right? 'Cause that's
I would say nobody know your case better than you, so you gotta really study your case. If you can get back, as far as if it's come down to appeal or something like that, learn it yourself. No matter how good your lawyer is, learn it yourself, so that way, if your lawyer tell you something, they can't tell you anything. Because I had paid lawyers my whole time, but I didn't come home until I learned it myself and I did my own paperwork, and that's how I came home. I did my own paperwork, but I had a lawyer that presented. So all the lawyers I had that I had before I got to my last appeal, they used to tell me what I was saying wasn't right, or this wouldn't work, and the whole time everything that I said it worked for me. I mean, so you can't even if you got a good lawyer, you just gotta educate yourself, so that way you know what's going on.
Be your own hero.
You know what's going on. So,
ain't nobody gonna wear that cape for you. You know what I mean?
'Cause they got 1,000 other cases to worry about.
Especially if you got like a public defender, you ain't got no money.
Definitely, if you ain't got to pay, it's even worse.
See, that's crazy because I was reading your article. There's an article on Philadelphia Inquirer written by Chris Palmer. Back in 2019, talking about his case. You can go up, look it up now. That's how I found it. I Googled it. And, I mean, I don't know if you want to go into it a little bit. We don't have to, but...
No, we can. I was actually supposed to do a follow-up joint with him probably a few months ago, but it got canceled.
Well, man, I could send him this video and hopefully he watch it. Hey, Chris, my man, he
on my line. He stay on my line though. So
I would do that though because you know, we mentioned it earlier. There's a lot of young boys that's probably going to be in the same situation that you in, and if they do their due diligence, they can find your story online and podcasts like this and really gain something. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Larry Krasner too, man. Like the city be trying to put everything on Larry Krasner, man.
We'll talk about
Every time something happened with the crimes, violence, they try to blame him for everything in the city. Like I don't be understanding that. It's like they try to make it seem like everybody he let out is just doing all this crime, whatever. Like,
I mean, you got guys like you a solid dude.
Exactly.
This dude is. Look, I had the pleasure of meeting this dude, talking to him. Cool guy, you know what I mean? Nah, he really a nut. I ain't gonna talk about it. But some guys are just put in these situations. Like I said, if you read the article, you read his story on the Inquiry, written by Chris Palmer, and it talks about how the detective, what's his name? Nordo.
Freak bull
was running around. He got multiple cases where he was running around, you know, forcing witnesses to say certain things and manipulating paperwork, manipulating the system, man, you know, to keep these dudes booked. And because you did your due diligence, bro. This is why I fucks with you, bro, because you was in the law library. You trying to understand your case because you knew this fucking guy over here had it
from the it was just like from the beginning. I'm innocent, so it was like that's what made me fight even harder, because it was like the whole time I'm telling everybody, no, this detective was the one that he lined me up. I'm telling everybody this from the beginning. So that's why when he finally got caught up in his scandal, I knew he was gonna get caught up because he was doing it. I would be hearing about his name in the jails. Everybody saying he doing the same thing. And
right. So what was the first thing what was the first case that kind of blew up in his face that made you think?
This is what happened. This is the story. I'm in my cell.
Right.
So my cellie got the Daily News.
Okay.
So it was night. I think we was watching basketball or something, but he's having to be reading the Daily News. Shout out my man Smurf he from Camden. So he reading the paper. So he like, man, this detective got caught up. Blah blah blah. I'm like, what's his name? So he say his name. He like Nordo. So I'm like, I'm thinking he bid and playing with me, like playing, because I'm thinking I told him. Yeah. I'm thinking I might have told him his name, and he so trying to play me. Like, man, I'm like, stop playing, dog. He like, no, Nordo. So I get up, and I'm like, let me see. So when he hand me the paper, he on the front of the paper. Nordo on the front of the paper. So I'm like, I jump up. I'm like, I got his ass. I'm screaming loud. I said, I got him. Finally, I got him.
Yeah.
I said, it's over. I said, I'm out of here. I told myself, I said, I got him. I'm out of here. Nice. Nobody believed. I'm like, I got him. I'm telling you, I got him. Yeah. I said, I told y'all. Everybody thought it was a game. So
how long did it take from that point to? Because I know like submitting paperwork. You got to write the judge.
It still took me like 2 years. That's how crazy it was.
And that's nutty to be in that joint already, like 2 years. Knowing you innocent, right? Like you innocent. That's why I asked you about like the depression part, right? Because you know you innocent. You like, damn, are you looking at the wall like I can't do shit? CO's acting nutty. The counselor ain't submitting my paperwork. The block hot.
See what it was. He wasn't fired. He was under investigation. So once that opened up, he was never arrested or nothing like that. He was just on like some type of paid leave or suspension or some shit like that. So and then during that time, that's when Larry Krasner first came in office. So he just started the CIU unit. That's the conviction unit for people that claim that they innocent and stuff like that. When they called the integrity unit. So I had to go through them, put the paperwork in with the integrity unit. First I had to tell my lawyer, like, yo, this is what I was telling y'all the whole time. Did my paperwork, sent it to my lawyer. You got to turn this into the CIU or whatever. And once he did that, we just had to wait for the CIU to pick my case up. Then once they picked my case up, they went over everything. They even went back to question witnesses on my case and all that. So once I went through that process, and then we got back in court, they was kind of dancing around. They kept switching my DAs, kept giving me court dates, and basically dragging it out because I felt like they knew once I got in court they was gonna have to let me go. So
yeah.
the DA was just trying their best to drag it out as long as they can. But the integrity unit really helped me a lot to get me out of there.
That's what's up. Shout out to them. Shout out to Larry. You said shout out to
If
Larry
you
for
had that unit,
implementing that
ain't
unit to
you know, telling what would have happened. Because actually, what was crazy, the prosecutor on my case, he was they had that before Crash that came in. They had like it's supposed to have been like the integrity unit, but it was ran by the same guy that railroaded me. So it was kind of crazy. That's why when Crash came in, and he fired all those guys. So that's what basically gave me the chance.
That's what's
so
up.
It's like, how you the one that railroaded somebody, but we supposed to believe you're looking over people's cases to get innocent people out when you the one that did it? Like, no.
And how long were you already sitting from when your man was holding that newspaper? Like, how long were you already sitting?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah. 9.5. Yeah.
9.5 years, and you,
no, matter of fact, 7 because about 7 years.
Right, because you had to fight it for 2 years and whatnot. So like 7 years to finally get like some type of light.
Right. Yeah.
Off the newspaper. You probably had that joint hanging up on the wall. Right, you had that joint like, you know what I'm saying, look at battle rap bars for Nordo, like, Nordo, boy, I'm gonna come to your door, bro, next to you, like, you know what I mean? But no, I'm just trying to, because I imagine like sitting 7 years and you finally get a piece of it. I mean, you had to fight it for 2 years, and you made it though. I wanted to ask you, like, what steps have you taken to kind of like get your life back? Like, how did that even feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, you stepping outside the prison walls. I don't know who picked you up, whatever. You driving through the city. You see gentrification at its finest. You know what I mean? I'm sure things change. I don't want to answer this for you because I could keep going. Right. What's your thoughts on that though?
Yeah, like you hit it right on the money. Like when that ride home, once I came, when I got to my neighborhood, everything just looked different. I'm like, dang, it ain't even look like my hood no more. It ain't even look like my hood at all. So it was just like I had to just I really just wanted to sit back and see how everything was moving there, because everything was like fast for me. Fast for me. Everybody wanted, like Chris Palmer, everybody, they wanted interviews from me, things like that. I was really just like, when I came home, I ain't get no sleep for real. I ain't really get no sleep for about months. It took me months to even realize that I was really home, and it's probably took longer than that. But as far as getting myself back on track, I already had a few things like planned out that I wanted to do. Okay. But my first thing was basically just getting my relationship back with my daughter. So that was like the first thing I had to do, trying to. Right.
Now, how old was she when you went in?
When I got locked up, she was she was going on 3. She was 2 though. Wow. Yeah. So when I came home, she was 12,
13,
12 going on 13. Yeah. But I used to always say to myself, I was like, I gotta get home before my daughter become a teen, and I came home
preteen,
right there. 12. Yeah. So I just made it.
That's what's up. Like, so did you go to school at all, or did you like I know they offer certifications in the jail and things like that you can get or whatnot, but coming home, what steps did you take to getting some money? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the first thing I did was credit. That's the first. Once I learned about credit,
you do that. Yeah, shout out to that. Shout it out real quick. Right. Like, so you do credit repair, right? Or you got a team of people that do credit?
I got a team that do it, but
nice.
What happened was I took a credit course to learn how to remove inquiries and basically clear up your credit, help you build credit. So once I learned the power of credit, that's basically what everything is ran off. Everything ran off. You got good credit, you can basically do whatever you want.
You go on home.
So once I got my credit score up, it was just up from there. I just had to figure out what I wanted to do.
Nice. And so what direction did you end up like?
So I end up, me and a friend of mine, we end up buying a dump truck. Okay. We got our LLC, created a company, Demo Demons, called Demo Demons. Waste removal, clean outs, junk hauling, all that. We do that. So
you got to send me the logo so I can throw it up there.
Yeah, so we started that company. Then I recently got into the rental car business. So bought my first car and put it on hire. It's called Hire Car. So I got a car on there, and that's doing good. At my car, I've been renting out for 3 months straight. So that's passive income. I make money in my sleep off of that. So.
Shout out to that. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to build off of that, get more vehicles on that.
I'm proud of you though, dog.
Appreciate it.
No, real rap. I don't say that because I was there. I was at Greater Fort, and I seen a lot of dudes. People got this perception of COs or whatever and things like that, but they forget that a lot of us are kind of like advocates for some of the young boys that come in and they come to us for advice. It's more to it than just security, is what I'm saying. Psychological and but some people, they create these plans when they come home. And like you said, sometimes when you come home, things moving too fast, and it feels like overwhelming, and you can't complete the LLC paperwork because it's too much, or you can't.
Oh yeah, I do that though. I do LLC, so yeah, I learned how to do that too.
Oh, you do LLC
so,
writing?
Yeah, I do LLC. Like I do
you
LLC.
Send me the logo
formation.
on that too. Like,
yeah, if you need an LLC, you want to start your business, I got you. Hit me up.
Absolutely.
Jack of all trades, entrepreneur boy.
Man of many hats.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. Like I said, people don't follow through with their plans when they come home because the things is overwhelming. But you were able to psychologically say, nah, fuck all that. I got a 13-year-old that I ain't seen in 10 years.
Right.
I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that come my way.
And I was fortunate enough to have people where as though when I came home, I didn't have to just run right out, and I had time to sit back. I ain't had to worry about no bills and none of that for at least about a year or two. Nice. So I was cool. Yeah, I had a support system. I had time. I ain't had to run out there and be running around had to jump back in the streets or nothing like that. Because that's what happened to a lot of guys. They had come home and they might want to do the right thing, but they got bills, they got kids, they feel like they gotta get that money, and they gotta. Only thing they might know is to get back in the streets, and they end back up in jail.
But that's nutty though, because I seen where a guy will make parole Friday, make it through the weekend, and come back wearing blues on Monday.
Like nobody want to be broke. Nobody want to come home and be in the way. Like you know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro, I thought we had a plan. We talked about what you was gonna do, baby. Like, what you?
That's like a fight. Like everybody got that plan till they get hit. Yeah. And when you come home. You got your plan, but now you see everybody dudes getting money or whatever, you struggling. They go back to what they know.
Right.
It might be selling drugs or whatever.
Whatever they was doing that got them booked in the first place. Sometimes.
I would get that quick buck.
You stick to what you know. It's one of the easiest things to do. It's like I'm just.
So basically, you all start with that support system in and out when you come out. So.
All right, that's what's up, man. So let me ask you this, just to kind of. Move things along a little bit. Are you working on any music? Have you, been thinking about jumping in the booth aside from battle rap? Just putting your story out there.
I didn't. The last project I did was it was a while now, but my check it out. Kilo November is I guess who actually did a short film too, so that's on YouTube.
Okay,
what's it called? EP Kilo November.
Kilo November.
If y'all ain't see it yet, but I think it was a good project.
Yeah, we're gonna find that, and we're gonna put that in the description as well.
But that's the last time I was really active. Besides that, I've been doing features, but I think I'm gonna try to if not before the year out, I say early first quarter next year. I'm gonna definitely try to do another EP.
So, but you doing features though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, bet. All right, we're gonna talk outside of this. We're gonna talk after this, figure out the numbers and all that. Because I don't know if you know, but I rap too. And shit.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you're pretty familiar.
That's what's up, though, man. Look, you got any other questions, man?
No, I got a question.
He's a big fan of you too, man.
Man, I appreciate
that's
all
crazy,
fans, man.
You gonna air me out like that, man? I mean, he's okay. It's like one of the best the city producer. I'm definitely a big fan. So on YouTube, I got a channel called Hip Hop Lie to Us at L1NK215, and I've been focused on a lot of Philly, like the DVD era. So I made this video. It's on Mount Rushmore of the DVD era.
Right.
So I'm kind of asking you, what is your Mount Rushmore? Like, who you think is the face of that era? Who represented that era? You can ask yourself if you want. Who was just the top of that era of representation, in your opinion?
Right. No, I keep it all the way real far. All right. Now for me, when you say the DVD era, I'm talking about during that time. I say about during that time, and for me, I think it started from, I would say, Too Raw from the Streets, from the Too Raw for the Streets, Too Raw for the Streets up until it was Too Raw for the Streets, Headshot era. Then you had the end of the DVD era was maybe the We Run the Streets.
Yeah, the
so
Wire
that's
series.
I keep it in between that era. So in between that era, during that time, not talking about what happened afterwards, who made it afterwards. I leave all that out of it. During that time, the most influential people in that era, to me, that were going Mount Rushmore, I would say Joey Jihad,
Facts.
Reed Dollars,
Facts.
Cheat Raw, because I think Cheat Raw had the most popular and the best freestyle ever on DVDs.
That white beater was crazy.
And the last one is hard. The last one I would have to say either Cicero or Hollow Man. I be back and forth about them because I say those were the most popular during that era. For us, I don't really include like Cassidy and Nest because they had record deals. So I don't really
kind of in their own lane a little bit.
And like a lot of dudes say Meek, but I say during that Meek came up after that with his Meek mixtapes a little. Like he was one of the most popular ones, but
At the tail end.
during that time, I would say it was people that was more popular than Meek or more fan favorites, like Cicero and Hollow Man was a little bit more popular than Meek, so it would be one of them. But if I had to lean towards it, I would probably say Hollow Man. So Hollow Man, Reed, Joey Jihad, and Cheap Raw. That's who I would say the Mount Rushmore, the DVD.
That's a good list.
Can't get mad at that. Can't get mad at that.
That's a good list. I kind of wanted to add into that though.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like who you think would be your top guys right now? Like, if do you follow? Are you watching? Are you really into
the guys that I think is like,
because things change, right? I mean,
it's guys that I'll be watching. I'm like, yeah, they pin really like crazy. Like, Daylight pen is just, he might have the craziest pen as far as battle rappers that I ever like. Daylight, then you got Rum Nitty pen is crazy, punchlines is different. Who else I like?
That's already like those two is kind of like you could stop there though. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean you got the
two aliens.
Yeah.
Danny Myers is crazy too.
Danny Myers, yeah, he's very consistent too.
Sorry to intervene. I would like to see that.
Still versus Danny Myers.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. It's only certain people who I'm honest. It's only certain people, a few people that I think would make me like sweat. It's not a lot of dudes that I'm watching and be like, oh, a lot of dudes. I
mean, you
just
named the
about
right
me.
one
It's
so
just
far.
about me.
Daylight, Rum
Right,
Nitty,
yeah.
Danny Myers. Those are elite battlers right now. Like those dudes.
Like my whole thing is with me is just I be doing so much. It's me having that prep time and me really being locked in.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I'm locked in and I'm really ready to bat, I think I'm up there with anybody. As far as my pen is just me getting back used to being in front of the camera and on the stage and getting my comfortability and being more,
Can you go into like the things that what changed for you? Like, maybe not your style, but like in the culture, what do you think is like? It's like, damn, I gotta figure out how to do that. Maybe not do that, but like, the culture evolves is what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
It definitely changed.
Yeah. I say more direct with your opponent. You got to be more. You just got to try to cut out all the filler. Cause like in my Bill Collector battle, I didn't know what to expect from Bill, so I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I had like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I had like 15 minutes worth of material.
Just bars.
So it was like, and it was crazy because the battle kept getting postponed, so it kept getting postponed, and I just kept writing the whole time. But I never memorized it. So when I got into the battle, I was just kind of like all over the place, and then it was just too much. Like I just had too much. You gotta just take out the filler and just get right to the. I feel like you gotta get right to the point. You gotta have a good pace. You got. I think that like when you're doing a crowd battle, you gotta keep them into it by switching up different cadences, like flow patterns, or you just gotta keep them like off balance. You don't want to keep doing the same thing and make them bored. So that's what I think, as far as me.
One more question though, right? Because right now, there's this thing in battle rap where people are rehearsing together, right?
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
I just want to ask, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, like,
terrible.
If I would have reached out to you for our battle, right? Gas chamber battle, you know what I'm saying? You got still, yo, he's still, man.
Nah.
Let me run something by you, man. Would you how you feel about it though? Like,
I mean, I would have listened if that's what you had. I would have listened to yours, but you wasn't hearing mine.
For damn sure, like
I would listen to yours.
Tweak this now.
You want to let me hear yours. That's on you.
Right.
I ain't rehearsing. I don't even let the people around me hear my bars. That's why a lot of times, and this is one of my secrets. It's not a secret now, but when I used to battle, I didn't even used to let. So when people see my people behind me react, they really react. It's not gas. They never heard it before. Yeah. That's why the kaboom. You know, everybody remember the kaboom line. Yeah. I didn't write that verse. You know, back then all the verses was recycled verses. Mixed. They might have been mixtape or whatever, but none of that was written. It was already a verse I had. But that one line, I made that up outside. That when we was outside waiting, I made that line up outside because I didn't actually know I was going to battle Kaboom that day. I was just whoever was in there was going to battle. Then after the first couple battles, Boom just stepped up, and then everybody put me on the spot like, yeah, you got to battle Kaboom because we was like the only ones left. Yeah. So that's why I had the line prepared or whatever like that from outside. But when you see the people behind me reacting, it's because they really didn't hear my material.
Right. So that's the best part though, because I usually have like one homie that he calls it the dojo. Like, yo, we gotta get in the dojo. We gotta get you prepared. Yeah. Preparation, you know, prevents poor performance. And but I understand that feeling of everybody around you hearing it for the first time, and you getting that genuine reaction. It's a beautiful feeling. You know what I'm saying? The
thing that made me realize that I could still be relevant or do good in this era. Like I was telling you, I used to write in jail. Like I wasn't actually rapping, but I still write just to see if I still got it. And when I came home and somebody put me onto the new battle rap and I started watching it, I started seeing dudes saying lines that I had probably 10 years ago. I'm like, they just saying this now? I had this.
It may not be, some people perceive it that way, that you are the innovator of the direct bars.
I be trying to think, I be going back and I be trying to see, like, far as the name flips, I be trying to see who did it before me. Like, dudes might say joint, but I don't remember nobody being like a direct name flip. Yeah. Like, I don't really.
I did the research. In that time, you know what it was. Best verse versus best verse. Right. Like, see who's hot, who will rock the crowd. But you having a direct line, like it showed the next rappers what to do. I remember what, I want to butcher his name. It was the MI versus, I want to say Chaos. But like, he came down there and he had a direct line. This is like years later.
Oh, they was like the park or something, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they was outside.
And he had like 3 direct lines, and then it changed the course of the battle. To make people like, oh.
Right, yeah. That's what.
Yeah. Right. So it started the trend eventually to what we got now in battle rap that you have to be direct.
It was crazy that you saying that. Dudes used to be scared to battle me because of that. Real rap. There's a lot of y'all favorite rap. They used to be scared. They oh no, you know that boy be writing. He be writing about no. Like,
sorry, still, but
yeah, but he said.
No. Where's the top 3? What's the name of the top 3?
Oh, okay, go ahead. Nah, you ain't got to say it. You ain't got to say it. Don't do that. Come on.
Let's just say we got history. If you know the people that I was going at back then, that era, a lot of those guys we supposed to do face to face, and they ain't never, they ain't never want to do it.
Well, I mean, I think we, today's all about not only just teaching the young boys how to be their own hero and things like that. It's also to give you your flowers and just, let you know we respect you. You know what I'm saying? We fucks with you. We want to see you keep growing and keep elevating. Because I think each battle that you got, you showing us another side of you, a different version of yourself. Stepping outside of your comfort zone, trying different maneuvers too. Like, you know, it's not just about the pen, right?
Right.
And I appreciate that. You just keep putting on, man. You also, you actually got a battle coming up soon on December 9th. Shout out to Battle Academy.
Shout out to Battle Academy, Stiz and Rick Dames.
And you teaming up with the same boy we was talking about.
Yeah.
You had that direct line about Kaboom.
Shout out to Boom.
Shout out to Boom.
They get busy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know you probably, you ain't got to give us too much, but like you guys getting together, y'all like, because, you know, anytime as a fan of this shit, you know what I'm saying, when I see a Legends on the card, I'm like, all right, y'all better come with it. Right. Boy, you know what I mean? I'm coming to the event and I'm shutting shit down.
Right.
But, you know, you're not going against no slouches neither. You know what I'm saying?
All. Shout out to News and Loot, man. Those are my guys, man, but they got to go. They got to go.
How's the preparation right now, though? Like, I just want to know, how's the preparation?
It's crazy, man. We got... I think we're going to put on a nice show. This is my first time on a big stage. So I feel like I got to show that I can do more than just use my pen. I got to entertain. That's what I want to show, that I can entertain for 3 rounds. So I want to mix that in with my pen. So
nice. You're right, though, because I mean, I think watching like Sue Surf versus JC, we kind of seen that you can't just have a pen. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You talking about crowd control, being able to bring it back, knowing when to bring it back, and then you had the TLA. Like, how many people in the crowd?
I think that thing go like 1,000.
1,000?
Something like
a little
that.
more than 1,000 for sure. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm actually anxious to see how I do myself, because I never.
Yeah.
As long as I did this, I never been in front of that many people for a battle. So,
well, the first time for everything. Yeah. Pressure usually make diamonds, or they bust pipes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think we ready.
That's for sure. And it's a 3-round battle, right?
Yep. Every battle on the card is 3 rounds, so y'all ain't got to worry about that on this card.
Nice.
Every battle is 3 rounds.
You know, I hate one rounders sometimes. Even as the artist going into the 1 rounder, it's like. I want to be able to say something back to this.
Right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's like when we battled. Our joint was a 1 rounder, which is cool. Shout out to Gas Chamber.
We wrote as if we kind of knew we were going to. Well, we did know, because
you decided to go first.
I was like, I wanted to I kind of was like, yo, they going to have this for us. So I said, let's get this out the way so it won't hit as hard when they do see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how I felt with that battle.
That's what's up. Are you expecting anything out of Top Floor and the news at all?
Yeah, they gonna go. I think they gonna go crazy, because that's one of the reasons I took them, especially News, because I felt like he got some names under his belt, but I felt like, far as the city, he don't have nobody under that would give him the respect for us, and the legend. The legend kept. That's why I said that's but he don't have nobody from Philly.
Movement as well.
Yeah, like, so I felt like. And that's like Luke. I mean, News is really my guy. He came up under me, so people don't know that he was actually in my camp at one time. Okay. So it's like I want to see him elevate. So I feel like he know how dangerous I am. This is gonna push his pen.
Yeah, I think it's gonna push yours too, because News.
And I know he
ain't no slouch. And in Top Floor, Luke, I don't want to go over him neither. He got a lot of energy with him. You know what I'm saying?
And Luke got better. And Luke get better every battle too. He get better every battle. And News is just I think News is a natural on the stage. He just a natural with his confidence and comfortable. So that's actually what I'm trying to get back, like getting my comfortability back on that stage. And
and nothing really can prepare you for the TLA standing in front of
Yeah, so you just gotta
like I said, versus Jay Murder. That was my first time at the Vultures Lounge, battling in front of all these people. So I know the feeling is like, all right, I gotta be able to.
Yeah. So you ain't just battling your opponent. You gotta
battle everything.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm looking forward to it, man. Me and Link, we're gonna be in the crowd. We're gonna try to book the top balcony part.
Unless still can get us on stage.
and still we can get on stage still.
We can make a hat. We can make the hat.
7 or something?
We can make hat. We can make a hat. I don't know if he's doing like stage passes or nothing like that.
I'm sure he is.
But if y'all with me, then y'all. I mean,
all right,
that's when I go up, you just gotta be, just be ready when I.
Nah, we gonna be there, man. Whether we on stage or not, we plan on enjoying the performance along with everyone else. And we rooting for y'all. We rooting for all 4 of y'all. Really, we rooting for the city.
Right. You just want a classic for real.
Absolutely.
We all do good, because there's a big heart. Everybody watching this.
Cause y'all could low key still performance of the night with all 4 of y'all on stage.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it, man. Look, we appreciate you coming down to the Poppy store, bro. We appreciate you dropping gems to help people be their own hero. Link, you got any final thoughts?
Oh yeah, I just want to say thank you still for coming out, for sharing your thoughts and letting people know your story, your past, and your future. I think that's important for the city to understand the babies they produce. What are they doing now that they're grown men?
Right.
And I want to say thank you for that.
And I appreciate y'all. I like what y'all doing for the culture. Keep it going. Man, look forward to see what y'all got coming next. And follow me all platforms at Still Been Rich. And stay tuned for what I got cooking up.
Absolutely. We out here.
Mama had me at 14, shit, I could've been an orphan. Could've ended up like Brenda's baby, or I could've been aborted. Mama was a soldier, mama didn't fold. Public housing we grew up in, and that same home my mama owned. Did my time, my mama rode while the homies disappeared. All praise to the Most High that a nigga persevered. Lord bro turned big bro while I'm sitting on Skid Row. Every month I need new flicks just to watch my kid grow. Close friends, they faded on me. We're supposed to been kinfolk. Busy chasing my old hoes, counting me out with no info. No court dates, no jail mail, no jail visitation. My circle tight and we stronger now, so I guess that I should thank them. Try to put me under pressure, turn into a diamond.